Crikey! Welcome to Death Valley. Steve Irwin here, and crikey, have I got a place for you today? We're talking about a land of true extremes, a place that'll test your mettle and show you the raw power of Mother Nature. It's Death Valley, USA. Now don't let the name scare you off too much because this place is absolutely stunning. It's a massive, sprawling national park, a real treasure trove of geological wonders and surprisingly tenacious wildlife. It's a place where the silence is as grand as the mountains and the stars at night, well, they're just bonza. We're going to explore its scorching flats, its towering peaks, and the incredible stories etched into its ancient rocks. So, grab your hat and your water bottle because this is going to be one wild ride into one of the most unique landscapes on our beautiful planet. The allure of Death Valley, you ask? Well, it's like nowhere else on Earth, mate. It holds the record for the highest air temperature ever recorded, a blistering 134 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 56.7 degrees Celsius. You've got these vast salt pans that shimmer under the sun like a mirage, canyons painted with colors you wouldn't believe, and mountains that scrape the sky. Get ready, because we're about to dive headfirst into the heart of this magnificent, wild, and wonderfully extreme place. Crikey, let's talk about what makes Death Valley so incredibly unique, geographically speaking. This place is a real showcase of Mother Nature's dramatic side. First off, it's a graben. It's a big block of land that's dropped down between two mountain ranges, the Amargosa Range to the east, and the Panamint Range to the west. These aren't just any old hills, mate. These are massive, rugged mountains that rise up sharply, creating this incredible deep valley in between. This sinking action is still happening, making the valley floor sink even lower over time. Death Valley National Park is the largest national park in the contiguous United States, covering over 3.4 million acres. Within this vast expanse you find an incredible variety of landforms. There are enormous alluvial fans, sweeping sand dunes, and salt pans like Badwater Basin. The elevation changes here are just mind-boggling. You can go from Badwater Basin, the lowest point in North America, to the summit of Telescope Peak, all within the park boundaries. And let's not forget the canyons. Oh, the canyons in Death Valley are spectacular. Exploring these canyons is like stepping back in time, reading the stories written in the layers of rock. Right then, let's get our hands dirty and delve into the geology of Death Valley. This place is a geologist's dream, a real open-air laboratory. The rocks here tell a story that goes back billions of years. We're talking ancient seas, volcanic eruptions, and massive movements of the Earth's crust. The oldest rocks you can find here are metamorphic rocks over 1.7 billion years old. Can you imagine? That's a fair whack of time. The valley itself started forming only a few million years ago. It's part of the Basin and Range province, characterized by alternating valleys and mountain ranges. Volcanic activity has also played a massive role in shaping Death Valley. You can see evidence of it everywhere, from vast fields of dark volcanic rock to craters like Ubahibi Crater. Ubahibi Crater was formed by a massive steam explosion when hot magma met groundwater. Kaboom! It left behind this enormous crater half a mile wide and over 500 feet deep. Over millions of years, Death Valley has been home to ancient lakes like Lake Manly, which once filled the valley to a depth of hundreds of feet during wetter Ice Age periods. Now, how did such a stunning place get a name like Death Valley? It's a bit of a dramatic tale, that one, and it takes us back to the days of the California Gold Rush. Picture this, it's 1849 and folks are heading west, dreaming of striking it rich. A group of pioneers, later known as the Lost 49 ERs, decided to take a shortcut, a supposed quicker route to the gold fields. Unfortunately, this shortcut led them right into the heart of this desolate, uncharted valley in the middle of winter. They were completely unprepared for the harsh conditions they were about to face. A real tough slog it turned out to be. These poor blokes and their families wandered for weeks, lost, thirsty, and starving. Though only one of their group died within the valley itself during that ordeal. The experience was so harrowing, so close to disaster for all of them, that it left an indelible mark. As the survivors finally managed to climb out of the valley over the Panamint Mountains, one of them supposedly looked back and said, "Goodbye, Death Valley," and the name stuck. It's a stark name, a powerful name, and it certainly captures the life-threatening conditions that those early pioneers faced. Alright, let's talk about the green stuff. Or, well, sometimes not so green stuff, because the plants in Death Valley are absolute champions of survival. You might look around at the rocky slopes and salty flats and think nothing could possibly grow here. But you'd be wrong, mate. One of the most common plants you'll see is the creosote bush. This little beauty is a true desert warrior. It has tiny, waxy leaves that help reduce water loss, and an incredibly extensive root system that can suck up every last drop of moisture from the soil. And get this, creosote bushes can live for thousands of years. Some individual plants are thought to be among the oldest living things on the planet. Then you've got the cacti, of course. Death Valley has its share of these prickly characters, like the cotton-top cactus and the beavertail cactus. When they bloom, oh boy, the flowers are absolutely stunning. Vibrant splashes of color against the stark desert backdrop. And don't forget the desert wildflowers. If you're lucky enough to visit Death Valley after a good winter rain, you might witness a super bloom. Crikey! Now for my favorite bit, the animals. You might think Death Valley is too hot, too dry, too extreme for much wildlife, but let me tell you, this place is hopping with critters that are tougher than a $2 steak. One of the most iconic animals here is the desert bighorn sheep. These magnificent creatures are incredibly agile, able to navigate the steep rocky cliffs with ease. Then you've got the smaller critters like the kangaroo rat. This little fella is a marvel of desert adaptation. It never needs to drink water its entire life. And let's not forget the reptiles. Death Valley is home to a variety of lizards and snakes, like the desert iguana, the chuckwalla, and the sidewinder rattlesnake. Even the insects and spiders here are fascinating, each playing a vital role in this intricate desert ecosystem. Righto, adventurers, let's talk about the must-see spots in Death Valley. This place is packed with incredible sights that'll knock your socks off. First up, you absolutely have to visit Zabriskie Point, especially at sunrise or sunset. The way the light hits those golden yellow eroded badlands is just magical. Next on the list is Badwater Basin. Walking out onto the vast salt flats is an otherworldly experience. If you're keen for a bit of a different landscape, head over to the Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. These aren't the tallest dunes in the park, but they're the most accessible and incredibly beautiful. And for a bit of a drive with stunning views, you can't beat Artist's Drive. This is a scenic 9-mile loop that takes you through an area of colorful volcanic and sedimentary hills. The highlight is Artist's Palette, where the hills are splashed with an amazing array of colors, greens, pinks, purples, yellows, all created by the oxidation of different metals in the rock. There are plenty of pullouts where you can stop, take photos, and marvel at nature's artistry. These are just a few highlights, mind you. Death Valley is full of hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Now, listen up because this is super important. Death Valley is an amazing place, but it can also be dangerous if you're not prepared. The number one thing you need to worry about is the heat, especially in the summer months. Temperatures can soar to absolutely scorching levels, and heat stroke is a real and serious risk. So the golden rule is, drink plenty of water. And I mean plenty, at least 1 gallon, that's about 4 liters per person, per day. Another crucial tip is to avoid strenuous activity during the hottest part of the day. If you're planning a hike, do it early in the morning or late in the afternoon when temperatures are a bit cooler. Wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing to help reflect the sun and keep you cool. A wide-brimmed hat is an absolute must to protect your face and neck. And don't forget the sunscreen. Always let someone know your plans, especially if you're heading out on a remote trail or into the backcountry. Cell phone service is very limited or non-existent in most parts of the park. Make sure your vehicle is in good condition before you drive into the park. Check your tires, oil, and water, and make sure you have a full tank of gas. By taking these precautions, you can have an absolutely incredible and safe adventure exploring the wonders of Death Valley. So, there you have it, folks. A little taste of the magnificent, the extreme, the absolutely breathtaking Death Valley. From its record-breaking heat and its mind-boggling geology to its surprisingly resilient plants and animals, this place is a true wonder of the natural world. It's a land of stark beauty, of profound silence, and of incredible stories etched into its ancient rocks and shifting sands. Why should Death Valley be on every traveler's list? Because it offers an experience unlike any other. It's a chance to step into a landscape that feels almost alien, yet is so deeply connected to the forces that have shaped our Earth. Whether you're a keen hiker, a budding geologist, an avid photographer, or just someone looking for an adventure that's a bit out of the ordinary, Death Valley has something for you. So, go on, have a go. Plan that trip. Pack your water, your hat, and your sense of adventure.